Hello, my dears. Today we're going to have a very personal, deep, and perhaps difficult conversation, one that I hope will change your life. I want you to relax and just listen. Let's be honest with ourselves. How many times have you asked yourself this question that echoes in your head? Why do I keep choosing the wrong man over and over again? He seemed so perfect at the beginning. He brought you flowers, said beautiful words, promised you the world. But then he turned out to be emotionally closed off, indifferent, always disappearing, or simply incapable of loving you the way you deserve. And you start to think that maybe there's something wrong with you, that you're not good enough to be loved properly. I want you to know you are not alone. There is nothing wrong with you. It's not a flaw in your personality. It's more of a psychological cycle that every other woman falls into. It works like this. You choose a partner, the relationship doesn't work out. You get disappointed and you go looking for a new one, but with the same old mindset. It's a vicious cycle. And it doesn't happen because you're inadequate, but because of psychological traps we unknowingly fall into. The good news is that when you know your enemy, you can fight them. Today, we're going to break down 5 of these traps in detail with examples and practical advice. This won't be just theory, it'll be a guide to action. It will help you not only avoid repeating mistakes, but also build healthy, harmonious relationships in the future. Are you ready? Then let's go. This is when we fall in love not with the real person in front of us, but with the image we've created. We look at him and think, well, he's so good. He just needs help to reach his potential. We become his personal therapist, his personal coach, his rescuer. We want to remake him because we believe our love and support can turn him into the perfect man from our dreams. Examples: he's unemployed and you convince yourself. He's just finding himself. He needs time. Once he does, we'll be happy. And you start looking for job openings for him, writing his resume, calling your friends, completely taking on the responsibility for his life. He doesn't want to take on responsibility, can't make important life decisions, and you think, with me, he'll finally grow up. You handle all the household and financial issues, plan your dates and vacations, because he's too busy or doesn't know how. Why doesn't this work? Because a person must change by their own will, not by someone else's command. When you try to fix him, you not only strip him of the right to be himself, but also put yourself in the role of a mother, not an equal partner. Over time, this breeds resentment, disappointment, and most importantly, you lose yourself, dissolving into someone else's life. How to break free. Stop being a rescuer. Your role is to be a partner, not a coach. Ask yourself, if he never changes, if he stays exactly as he is right now, could I be happy with him? If the answer is no, it's a clear sign you're in a trap. Look for a man who is already a whole person, not someone you want to mold. Choose a partner based on his actions today, not on your hopes for tomorrow. This is one of the most insidious traps because it operates on a subconscious level. Sometimes we don't even realize that we're seeking a partner who resembles our parents or those who raised us. Why? Because somewhere deep inside, we hope that this time we'll be able to earn the love and attention we lacked in childhood. We're trying to heal an old wound in a new relationship. Examples: you had a father who was emotionally absent, cold, and distant. You subconsciously gravitate toward similar men. Why? Because this relationship model is familiar to you. You know how to behave in this situation, and you think that if you're good enough, he'll finally change and give you love. You had a controlling mother who criticized your every move. Now your boyfriend controls your every action, and you tolerate it because it's a familiar behavior pattern you've seen all your life. How to break free. Take an honest look at your childhood. What was painful? What was missing? Understanding this is already half the battle. If you need to, see a therapist who can help you uncover these old scripts and identify behavioral patterns. Consciously break the pattern. If you're drawn to emotionally unavailable men, stop. Try to look at someone who openly expresses their feelings, who is ready for dialogue and intimacy. It might feel unfamiliar and even scary, but it's the only path to a healthy relationship. Many of us have a subconscious fear of being alone. We see all our friends getting married and having kids, and we feel like we're falling behind. Out of this fear, we're willing to date anyone just to avoid being alone. We settle for relationships that don't fit us, simply to escape the emptiness. Examples: you stay with him even though you know you're not a good match. You're afraid that if you break up, you'll never meet anyone else, and everyone will feel sorry for you. You tolerate bad treatment because you feel it's better to be in a bad relationship than to be in no relationship at all. You're afraid to step out of your comfort zone, and you're also afraid of what your friends and family might say. How to break free. Tell yourself, being alone is not a life sentence. In fact, it's a time when you can truly get to know yourself, to understand what you want from life and from a partner. Fill your life with interesting activities, friends, and travel. Take a class, start a new sport. When you're happy with yourself, a partner becomes not a savior from loneliness, but a wonderful addition to your already full and rich life. Stop comparing yourself to others. Everyone has their own path and their own timeline. True happiness isn't measured by social standards. This trap is similar to the first one, but it's more serious. You enter a relationship where he is the victim and you are the savior. He might be emotionally broken, have financial problems, or even struggle with addiction. And you're convinced that your love is strong enough to pull him out of any trouble. Examples: he constantly complains about his life, and instead of living your own, you spend all your energy trying to save him. You make excuses for his inaction, defend him to your friends, and do things for him that he should be doing himself. You tolerate his alcoholism or gambling, believing that you're special and can help him quit. How to break free. Understand that you cannot save a person who doesn't want to save themselves. True love is not about rescuing, it's about support. You can offer support, but you can't do the work for them. Establish healthy boundaries. Clearly define what you are willing to do and what you are not. For example, you can support him in his job search, but you will not pay his bills. Look for a partner who is willing to work on himself, who will move forward with you, not sit on your neck while you drag him along. Many of us confuse intense but destructive emotions with true passion. The roller coaster of explosive fights and passionate makeups can seem like proof of strong feelings. We think, since we fight so intensely, it must mean we love each other just as intensely. But in reality, this is a sign of instability and toxicity, not love. Examples. He can be incredibly sweet and attentive one moment, and then cold and distant the next. You live in a state of constant tension, never knowing what to expect. This intensity is so alluring that you don't notice how the relationship is slowly destroying you from the inside. You constantly argue over small things only to make up just as passionately. This might feel alive and interesting, but it's emotionally exhausting for both of you. How to break free. Learn to appreciate calm. A healthy relationship is not a constant drama. It's a safe harbor where you feel secure. There are no constant fights, no swings from love to hate, but rather stability and predictability. Focus on emotional safety. You can be yourself without fear of being judged or misunderstood. True love is not a fire that burns out quickly, but a warm, comforting hearth that always gives you comfort and confidence. I know this might be difficult to hear, but please don't blame yourself. Today, we've taken a huge step. We've become aware of these traps, and awareness is the most powerful weapon. You deserve a love that isn't a difficult test, but a source of joy. You are worthy of a relationship where you are valued, respected, and accepted just as you are. And remember, you are already beautiful. You don't need to save or fix anyone to be loved. I have one request for you. Think about which of these traps resonates with you the most. Share your experience in the comments below. I believe your story might become a huge source of support for someone else. If this video was helpful, please give it a like and subscribe so you don't miss our next conversations. I love you all and send you a big hug.